Shawn Levy, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Happy to be here.
Congratulations on the film. I absolutely loved it.
Good.
I really enjoyed it. I think it has something for everyone in it.
That was the goal, to make it not just for boys.
Good.
Yeah.
While you've had a lot of hit movies like Date Night and the Nice Museum franchise, you really could have done anything next, and you've gone with something that's quite a change in direction for you. What was it about Real Steel that you were drawn to?
It was the heart. It was the heart. I used to love, as a boy, I used to love movies, whether it was The Champ or Rocky or Chariots of Fire, those underdog redemption stories, how they would just suck you in, and by the end you'd be cheering for that protagonist. I love those movies. It's the kind of rousing experience I like getting in the cinema, and so I wanted to make a movie like that.
Was it challenging for you balancing the sci-fi element with the sports element and then the characters, which is really there at the core of it, aren't they?
Yeah. That balance is everything, and if I had just wanted to make one thing, probably would have been easier. But I knew that balance, as you say, of all those disparate elements was the job. It was what I was aspiring to do. And so every day I just reminded myself that no matter how complex the visual effects were, the robots were, that it was about the people. People first, people first.
Mm-hmm. I know in terms of the robots, you kept it as real as you could, and rather than have someone like a grip opposite Hugh with a stick and a tennis ball, you built real robots and you had a real ring. Was that a decision that you made more to aid the actors, or are you just not a fan of CGI?
Look, I've used CGI to great benefit. There is a dinosaur Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton that changed my life, so I have nothing against CGI.
Okay.
But things that can be done real, I want to try and do real, because I think it gives the movie a realism that makes it more intimate with the audience, and the actors, it's a completely different performance. Especially, I had a 10-year-old boy co-starring in this movie.
He was fantastic.
And he's heartbreaking, right? Mm-hmm. And it's because that boy is doing scenes with a real moving, remote-controlled, 8-foot-tall robot. Yeah. And you would not have gotten that performance with a grip and a tennis ball on a stick.
And as cool as the robots are, it's really Hugh Jackman that takes centre stage here as we follow him on his journey to redemption. What was it about Hugh when it came to casting? What was it about him that you thought would bring Charlie to life?
Well, I knew that physically he had he was formidable enough for me to believe he was an ex-fighter. Right. But Hugh has such heart. And I knew that I needed a character who would start off hard and kind of salty and edgy and really kind of difficult, who would over the course of 2 hours get to this redemptive ending. And I just felt like Hugh has this likability. We respond to him as an audience in a way that we'll go with him on that ride. And when he finally softens at the end, it's just, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and Dakota, as I said, it was fantastic. Was it difficult finding the perfect fit for Max?
Yeah, because I knew that even if my visual effects were incredible, even if Hugh was awesome and everything was great, if I did not have an amazing boy, I could never have an amazing movie. Mm-hmm. So I auditioned hundreds and hundreds of boys all around the world. And Dakota sent a tape from a suburb of Toronto, Canada. And he was not only talented, but he had that extra something, right. That face, it's like Ricky Schroeder in The Champ. It's just that innocent, open face and those eyes where you're just like, come on.
Was he a dancer before?
He's never danced. No. In fact, he said he'll never dance again.
Really? Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, no, he's so good. But no, like most 10-year-old boys, he's like, I don't want to dance. Dancing's stupid. So we taught him that choreography, and he really did it well.
He took it well, yeah. Coming from a comedy background, this must have been quite a liberating experience for you, making a film where not everything you're doing is in the service of laughter. Would you agree?
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. Because when you're doing a comedy, what people don't realize is every decision you make has to prioritize the laugh. Yeah. The composition, the lighting, the pace, everything. Mm-hmm. This movie only had to service what was in my head. And so the aesthetics and the feeling of this movie are the closest to my vision.
Right. And is there any chance of a sequel?
Yes, there's a chance. Here's how it will happen. Okay. People will watch this. They will be like, that Real Steel sounds interesting. They will go see it. They'll buy lots of tickets. The studio will make money. Boom, we get a sequel.
Okay, well, hopefully that will work.
So it's in their hands. That's what I'm saying. If there isn't a sequel, it's your viewer's fault.
It's our fault.
It's your fault. In fact, you personally.
I believe that you signed on to helm Frankenstein. Is that something that you're going to go for with a similar family-friendly approach, more character-based?
Well, definitely more character-based, not so much family-friendly. It's a scary, kind of challenging movie.
So another
Another
direction
departure,
for you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, another departure. But like Real Steel, I mean, Real Steel is a robot boxing movie that's about the characters. This Frankenstein is about Victor, Frankenstein, and Igor. Very much against the backdrop of a monster movie.
Yeah.
But like Real Steel, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be about relationships, and it's going to be about people first.
Cool. Well, it sounds great. I look forward to it coming out.
Thank
It's
you.
lovely to meet you.
Nice
Thank you for
meeting
your time.
Thanks.